How's it going? Everyone okay? I am exhausted, but that's life sometimes. You know when you just click the go live button and then you get a text message at the exact same time? That's life. Fish says fish. I'm happy to see that. How you doing, Fish? How's Fishy da boy? Hope you're good. Uriah says hey. Aeon says good evening. Good evening to you as well. It doesn't look like evening. It doesn't feel like evening. But it is evening. Bagwell says hi. How you doing, Bagwell? Hope you're good. Anfield Road End says 66 got scared and ducked. It seems like he has, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest with you, because I was looking forward to that. I was looking forward to seeing him up against Nuno Mendes. I was looking forward to seeing him up against Kvaratskhelia, and we are robbed of that opportunity. I've been looking forward to this for days, and then he pulled out saying, I'm injured, I've hurt myself in training," which is unfortunate. I don't even think he's on the bench either. But that's life sometimes. RG255 says, Bo, is that body odor? I have just showered, so I can't be having BO, but I hope you're good. How you doing, Mark? Hope you're well. Mark sympathizes with the wonderful opportunity that we've been robbed of. All day I've been like, Kvaratskhelia versus 66. And I've been like, Nuno Mendes versus 66. And then he's injured. I hurt my back. I hurt my nail. Unhappy about it. Masseria says Liverpool Real Madrid. Today is PSG Real Madrid. But possibly Liverpool Real Madrid in the Champions League next year. And if that happens again, I think 66 may make another excuse. Sonny's back. How you doing, Sonny? Says, where's Pupinaldo? I think he's on a boat, the last that I saw. Today, who to support, Snake or Rival? I'm trying to see whose context is who. Snake or Rival? I think Rival for you would be Real Madrid. So we're not supporting Real Madrid. We're supporting Paris today. We are supporting Paris. Well, I certainly am. RG255 has now said OB. Interesting. Why are you sad, Fish? That's sad to see. Mark is not bitter. He's not bitter about 66. He merely wishes that he never kicks a ball again. I think that's a reasonable expectation. I mean, that doesn't look like bitterness. That looks like fair and reasonable expectation that I fully support. Mazria says Liverpool or Real Madrid. I think given this one here. Mazria, you could say nuclear war or Real Madrid, and I'd pick the latter. Former, sorry. I messed that up, but you know what I mean. Fish says Martinelli to Gornik Zabja. I think your team's a bit too good for Martinelli, to be honest. Why are they buying Madueke? I'm sorry. We'll probably talk about this later, but Madueke for 50 million. What is going on? RG255 says, I cannot believe football is banned in my school. Why have they banned it? That seems silly. It's good. It's good exercise. Keeps people out of trouble. Why have they banned it? That's quite disappointing to see. Sonny says Liverpool team I support, but bigger team Madrid all day. True, but you support Liverpool, so that's what matters to me. So I'd rather have it that way. If you said I support Madrid, but Liverpool are bigger, I'd be like, nah. I'd rather go with the one that Sunny prefers. Rayon says, Sibao. Hello, champion family. How you doing, Durwood? Hope you're well. I had to explain to somebody yesterday, Durwood, when you had to go to make dinner. I think it was DB LFC. He was like, dinner at 10 o'clock at night. And I was like, Durwood's from Ohio in the US and they are 5 hours behind. So even though it's 10 o'clock for us, it's 5 o'clock for Durwood, which is a perfect time to make dinner. So I had to explain that yesterday. Joseph says hello. How you doing, Joseph? RG255 said, "My fish. The randomness of fish is spreading, which is quite good to see." Mark says he's hurt me deep, man. Looks like we might have to add Kanate to the snake list. Hopefully he's the last one. We were talking a bit about Kanate yesterday regarding would we sell him now or would we just keep him for a year and reduce the level of risk within the defense? And I think people were quite split, to be honest. Alfie says, I can't wait to see Jeremy Frimpong play next season. Yeah, man, same here. Weirdly, I remember we signed Frimpong, and I remember that we signed Wirtz, but I keep forgetting that we signed Kirkes. I keep forgetting that. But thankfully we don't have long to wait, because the friendly is on Sunday, and I think it's on ITV, so I think it's free. So yeah, not long to wait, man. 3-4 days. Durwood says a 66 already injured, kind of sad, or he just has memories of PSG. Yeah, that was my 66 impression at the start, saying, "Oh, I've hurt my back. I don't want to play against Kvaratskhelia." I was looking forward to this all day, man. I feel let down by the universe or whatever, because I was like, ooh, 66 is going to get cooked by Kvaratskhelia tomorrow. And then this morning when I woke up, I was like, 66 is going to get cooked by Kvaratskhelia and Nuno Mendes. And then an hour before, oh, I've hurt myself, I can't play. You know what? He'll make a full recovery and he'll be playing in the next game 100%. 100%. Sunny says, did you understand the problem of Barcelona? Yeah, I think you provided a good level of overview. Appreciate that. Jay Fanzine says, how are you? I'm tired. I'm more tired than I look. I'm hanging in there. How are you? Mark likes Kanate, but he's half... Yeah, I've noticed that. When Kanate is not alongside Van Dijk, he looks a lot more human. Certainly for France, he looks a lot more human. So, if he wants to go, he can go, I guess. How you doing, SB? It says, how was your day, brother? Yeah, not too bad. Kind of busy. But the good thing about this, the streams is they do. In some ways they're a lot of work, but in some ways they relax you. So it's good. It's good to be back. But yeah, how was your day? Hope your day was good. Kanate stays, says Param. Do you reckon? I think I just want a bit of clarity either way regarding what's gonna happen. Scally says, what channel you watching PSG on? Go on the DAZN website. It's free. Now, when you go on that website, they'll try and make you pay for it. They'll be like, "Oh, you want to upgrade to this?" You don't need to upgrade to anything. You can just keep pressing the X's, and they'll let you watch it for free. Fish says, fish to Barry FC. Fish, you're a bit too good for Barry FC. You're more of a Champions League player, if I'm honest with you. Sunny saying Rashford on loan greater than Luis Diaz. Yeah, I think we got to the bottom of that. I think we got to the bottom of that yesterday. That the context was it was a loan, not a permanent transfer, and I agreed with you in the end. Mark says, I love this channel, mate. I have to go, but please don't stop it. You are brilliant. Very kind words, Mark. You are also brilliant. I appreciate the 66 slander. And yeah, have a nice evening. Take care. See you soon. Garrett says, you'll never walk alone. Liverpool #1 again this season. Yeah, Sorry, this season again. I think so. I think so. The other teams, they haven't really done much to strengthen to the extent where I'd be concerned. Right now, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Madu AK, really? 50 million? Really? Like the other teams, not overly concerned about. RG255 says, hold on. All right, so they've stopped you playing football at school because the ball goes over the fence. I mean, that's been a problem since I was a kid. Like if the ball goes over the fence, we just go and get it. But it seems crazy to ban football at a school because like it's good exercise, you know. It keeps people out of trouble, keeps them occupied. I mean, these teachers on a bit of a power trip, and I'm not somebody who typically says that too much, but it seems a bit odd if I'm honest with you. Durwood feels let down too. Durwood was also anticipating the 66 hate watch that I've been looking forward to all day, and I'm sure most people have been looking forward to all day. But either way, let's go PSG. Agree with that. I want them to beat Chelsea. Agree with that also. I mean, three points in that sentence, and I agree with all of them 100%. Yeah, Noah's watching it on DAZN. I'm also watching it on DAZN. SB is levels ahead of us. SB is watching it in 4K on his special box, should we say? But yeah, I've heard those are pretty good, to be fair. It's DAZN. It's the spelling, so it's DAZN. Yeah, as I think Jake has put it there. Noah says, I just seen Trent walking out. He looks so drained. Yeah, maybe it's the weather. Maybe he went from kind of very kind of wet, cold weather that we had in the UK straight to US, where it's currently very hot. Ollie is also kind of levels ahead of us with his football viewing. Fish is saying his name is Bob. Who is Bob? RG255 says, you went live yesterday. I did. I tend to organize the lives around kind of when the football matches are, so there won't be one tomorrow. I think. Yeah, there won't be one tomorrow. But there will be Sunday because Liverpool are playing Sunday and the final is also Sunday, so we'll be very busy on Sunday. Jay Fancine is watching the Real Madrid game. Same here. Fish says Madu AK. Really? Madu AK? I'm trying not to be a hater. I mean, he's way better at football than I am. And let's be honest, he's got way better hair than I have. I think I've got a better beard. But Madu AK? Why? It's insane. Sunny says, today we need another Luis Enrique masterclass. Beat Madrid 5-0. Oh, that'd be nice, man. You're getting me excited now. I was a bit disappointed that 66 is not playing, but the propensity of a thrashing is getting me rather excited. General says, good evening. How you doing, General? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Hope you've had a nice day. Maybe the person who banned football was a rejected pro player and now they don't want to. I see. Could be a level of jealousy. I didn't think of that, but you might be right. Really, Sonny? You want? Oh yeah, because you don't like. I was gonna say really, and then I thought about it. So Sonny's a Barcelona fan. He doesn't like PSG because of Dembele, and he doesn't like Real Madrid for obvious reasons. So makes sense. RG's top 10 hottest football. Is this football hottest footballers or just footballers in general? Number one is himself. It's probably footballers in general. Number one is himself. Number two is me, so I appreciate that. You've obviously never seen me play because then you wouldn't put me number two. But I'd like to think you'd put me somewhere in the top 10. 3 is his mom. 4 is his dad. 5 is Fish. 6 is TV. 7 is his brother. 8 is his nan. 9 is Baby Yoda. And 10 is Grantham. I hope Fish appreciates the influence he has on everyone. Noah's Fire Stick doesn't work. Clearly, it's not dodgy enough. Amazon got a sale on at the moment. I think they got Prime Day sale on. So if you need to get another one, now's the time to do it. they're on sale for the next few days. SB227 says, I've never prayed on another player's downfall so much with Trent, not even with Owen. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. It's the notion of it being free, which I think kind of irks me and irritates me and triggers me to a certain degree. I was looking forward to such a downfall today. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen, but we will be there for the rest of the season. Pixel says, hey, how you doing, Pixel? Hope you're well. Durwood was asking yesterday, have you seen Pixel recently? I'm like, there you go. But hope you're good, Pixel. I hope your barbecue was good. I hope the chili dogs were good. And I hope the beer was good. I think I've remembered that, but yeah, hope you're well. Alfie says, congratulations for 1k likes. So that's good to hear. Thank you very much. What does that mean exactly? Does that mean people are coming across the live and they're just kind of liking it? I'm not too familiar with the TikToks, if you know what I mean. I created my account like about a month ago, but I guess that's a positive. US is very hot and humid. It's a big difference in the type of heat. Yeah, when it's humid, it's like the air is like sticky. You know when the air is sticky? And you're just like, no. Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. Fish being random, Michael Jackson. And Noah is saying Mbappe right wing. For some reason, my thing is showing an advert. Am I like 10 minutes behind? Because I thought this game was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. But it looks like they're just starting a bit late. Pixel is doing good. He met John Arias the other night. Very nice. Where did you meet him? Was it at a game? And yeah, what was that like? Durwood says, hey Pixel. Lucas says, R.I.P. Diogo. Yeah, man, 100%. But hope you're good. Hope you're good, Lucas. Pixel says, Durwood, hey. RG255, you want a quad bike? Where are you going to ride this quad bike? Around Grantham? SB is asking Noah, how's that Gonzalo Garcia fella? Never seen him. I'd never heard of him before either. I think he's scored like quite a few goals in this tournament. I think he scored 3 goals or something, which is pretty good. This match is finally kicked off. It looks like there's a bit of a delay. There we go. Outside his hotel, nice guy, nice. There is a tendency to run into footballers in hotels. I've run into Michael Owen at a hotel once, but yeah, it kind of makes sense. That's kind of where they stay. But yeah, it's good. It's good that he's a nice guy, because they're not always, to be honest. Yeah, 10-minute delay. It looks like. But thankfully, that's kicked off now. Anthony Prime, as in Anthony in 2008. Who's the Anthony? Anthony Prime 08. Which Anthony is it? Do you mean in 2008? What Anthony was there back then? You have to tell me. General thinks Pixel is mega. Pixel is mega. How you doing? Oh yeah, sorry. You said, but yeah, hope you're well. I read that. I read that afterwards. Okay. 10-minute delay because of a car accident. I see. Makes sense. Well, they've kicked off now. Corner to Real Madrid. PSG cantering though. I don't mean to sound obnoxious, but I feel like this is the tie of the game, if you know what I mean. This might be more interesting than the final. PSG win and Madrid, said Lucas. You mean you hope they win versus Madrid? Life is a Highway says, yo, are you a Liverpool fan? Is that a reference to the song? Life is a highway, I'm gonna ride it on my own. Is it that? It's actually a country song. I'm not gonna sing it with a country accent, but I think I might be right. Noah met Roy Keane in Dublin. I'm Irish, so it makes sense. It does make sense. What was that like? What was that like meeting Roy Keane? I went to Dublin last year for the first time. It was nice. I went to a couple of the museums and things. I quite enjoyed it. It was good. Who's your favorite player right now? It's Gravenberch, but it tends to change. Pixel returns the love, says you're Mega the General. There you go. Good to see. Under the Floodlights wants to eat fish. Well, let's hope fish doesn't find out about that, but I hope you're well. Charlie says, thoughts on Trent picking up a knock. I'm not normally somebody who says this, but I have my doubts as to the legitimacy of this. He's Trent now. He's not 66. He's Trent. He's got one name. He's like Cher. So he's all about the PR now. And his PR would suffer if he were to get cooked by Kvaratskhelia. His PR would suffer if he was to get cooked by Nuno Mendes. I've got a suspicion he isn't as injured as we're led to believe. It's just too much. It's just too much of a coincidence. Far too much of a coincidence. Lucas Podolski, who I suspect is fish, says Miles Kelly to Barcelona. I think he's just signed a new contract. I was gonna say fish, Lucas. So probably not gonna happen. Fish says you don't know Prime Anthony, who's a Ballon d'Or winner, carried Man United. Well, I guess I know that now. Dale, Everton fan, I think, if I recall correctly from yesterday, says I think Real Madrid will win 3-1. You reckon? I think PSG will win, but it could go either way. Here's Mbappe. Doesn't do much with it. He seems nice enough. This is Roy Keane. He's not as rude as you think. Well, it's good to see. It's good to see in person. He's quite pleasant. Sonny then asks, did Roy Keane slide tackle you from behind? It doesn't seem like that. This is Pixel the game. Was this the I think you mentioned this the other day when you won all 5 trophies in like 1.5 years with Liverpool. Nicely done. I mean, you basically completed the game in the first season. Let's hope the real Liverpool does something quite similar next season. Dan, how you doing, Dan? How are things in sunny Banbury? I hope you're well. Hope you're good. Fish has also... Lucas. You can see my subconscious. Lucas has also met Roy Keane. I need to pee. I love that username. I'm a United supporter. You could also be a PSG supporter because they've just scored. Mr. Fabien. 1-0 already. Was it Sunny that predicted 5-1 earlier? You might be right. You might be right. Again, I was saying earlier, I'm rarely a conspiracy bot, but I have a theory that Trent said, I've hurt myself, I've hurt my back, I don't want to play against Paris. That's why. It's been 5 minutes, they've already scored. Just kind of, nice. So basically, Doué crossed it in. Good pressing by Dembele, and then Ruiz just smacked it into an open goal there. Fair play, Dembele, who certain people kind of characterize as being a quote-unquote lazy player. He's not lazy there. He pressed the defender. He won the ball. You gotta respect that kind of play, surely. Pixel says a poor Valverde having to play right back, yeah, because Mr. 66. Oh, I've hurt myself, I can't play. Yeah, and I've stuck Valverde there. Lucas Podolski is not particularly happy with Dale. What has Dale done to anger you so much? Because Dale thinks Real Madrid will win 3-1. I think there'll be a lot of goals, but I'm hoping PSG win this one. Pixel did it again, this time undefeated. Wow. You know, when you play Football Manager, do you watch the games or do you simulate the games? I know some people kind of would rather just kind of simulate a week, whereas some people would like watch each game kind of thing. But that's impressive, man. When I used to play Football Manager, I would generally, like with Liverpool, I'd win at least one trophy in my first season, but I wouldn't win all 5. Like I'd get knocked out of a competition kind of somewhere. Pixel says, "Hey Dan, there's talk. Luis Diaz could go to Bayern. Yeah, I'm sure we'll discuss that later. Oh my God, PSG are through again. Come on, Dembele. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. It's 2-0 in 8 minutes. It's 2-0 in 8 minutes. I've hurt my back. You haven't hurt your back. You didn't want. Let's smoke the Paris. And look, I'm getting so excited. I'm typing the score wrong. Let's smoke the Paris et très bon. Monsieur Dembele. What's the French verb to score? I can't remember. I'm sorry, Dale, but it's 2-0. It's 2-0. What's going on? We knew it. We knew this would be the fun game to watch. It's Rudiger this time. It's Dembele again. Literally like 2 minutes ago we were saying people were labeling Dembele as lazy a few years ago. This time he pressed Rudiger and he won the ball and he just kind of ran forward and he slotted it. Nice finish, to be fair. Because if Nunes gets that, that's ending up somewhere else. That's a nice finish. Dembele is playing with so much confidence, and it's really nice to see. It's really nice to see. Harry says, "Hello, how are you?" You know, normally I say, "Yeah, I'm alright." I'm doing great today. after two goals in 8 minutes, I'm sure everyone's doing pretty good. But yeah, how are you? How is life as a head boy? I hope it's good. That's how far behind I am. And Noah's saying 1-0, and now it's 2-0. I'm just 4 minutes behind the comments, so I'm catching up. Max says, "Yo, how you doing, Max? Hope you're well. Hope you're good." Lucas Podolski, you met Al Nelly in England. I slap him. Why? What did Al Nelly do that was so bad? Noah says, "Is it just me, or does PSG always score in the first 5 minutes?" They do have a tendency to do that, to be fair. I was going to say any mistake, they pounce on it, but like any half mistake, they pounce on it. And again, they're attacking. The left-hand side is like completely open. Due and Hakimi doing their little overlaps. Come on, Due. Oh, Due gets fouled. Free kick to PSG in a nice position. That doesn't make sense. I forget the word, but you know what I mean. SB says Asensio the fraud needs to be locked up. Yeah, definitely. I mean, in a way, he was locked up on the pitch. Like, he was so still that he might as well have been in prison because he didn't even move. It's like he was already chained to the floor. Max is doing good. Good to see Max. Harry says, "Hello, Lucas. I have a suspicion that Lucas is fish." I got a suspicion Lucas is fish. I'm curious what other people think. Derwood says, "Hey, Harry, Pixel loves Valverde. He's got a tall job on his hands today. Playing as the right back. I mean, right wing back, I guess. But he's a good player, to be fair." Harry says, "Hey, Mbappe must hate that he left and now PSG are winning everything." Yeah. It's like, I don't know, it's like breaking up with your girlfriend and then suddenly like her life goes positive. Pixel actually watches the games because he's a manager, yeah. I guess that's the proper way to do it. Sometimes kind of back in the day, I used to watch like football manager YouTubers and that sort of thing, and they used to just simulate it, and I was like, where's the fun in that? Where is the fun in that? Jenny says, Forest and England star Morgan Gibbs-White has agreed personal terms with Man City as negotiations progress between the clubs over possible transfer. What you think of this, please? I was about to hate on it, but then I remembered you're a Man City fan, so I need to be a bit more reserved with respect to my opinions. I mean, Gibbs-White is a good player. Where's he going to play? Haven't you bought that chubby guy? What's his name? Ryan Shirky. I thought Shirky is going to play in that spot. So where would Gibbs-White play? I mean, he's a good player. Cancels the English quota, so that's good. I presume he's a replacement. Is it that Gonzalez guy that you're losing? But yeah, I mean he's fine. I'm just curious as to where he's gonna play. Sonny says Madrid don't have any other right back other than Trent. Why is Valverde playing? Yeah, I think what's his name? Carvajal, I think he's still injured. And Trent broke a nail in training, so they've got to stick Valverde there. Liverpool are stacked. To be fair, says Pixel, they are, and I believe this is the Liverpool before signing Wirtz, Frimpong, and Kerkez. So this is last year's Liverpool. So yeah, pretty stacked. Fish says Harry. Harry's onto it. Fish says Harry. Harry says hello, Lucas. Sorry, I meant Fish. Yeah, that's my my suspicion is that Lucas and Fish are the same person. Pixel says come on, man, come on. 2-0, man. 2-0, can't complain. Dale says so much for my prediction. Yeah, man. SB227 is loving this. Yeah, it's pretty nice viewing. Disappointed when 66 wasn't there, but this is making up for it. I'm loving it, man. Dan says Real Madrid defense have all hurt their backs. Yeah, hurt their backs, hurt their brains as well, judging by some of the brainless things that they're doing. You could certainly make the argument that both goals, came from a Real Madrid mistake, but it needed PSG to invoke that mistake, if you know what I mean. Sonny said, I said 5-0. You did say 5-0, to be fair. Let's go, Enrique. Still you are a snake, Dembele. I hear ya, but we'll support Dembele today. Harry says, I'm good, thanks. Just tired and my shoulders are killing because I've had to try and save a teacher's power shot, which I did. What is a power shot? Is that tennis? Power shot in tennis? Oh no, oh right. No, it must be football, right? So you were playing in goal. And the teacher smacked it at you. That's not very responsible of the teacher. You need to... I was going to say you need to 2-foot your teacher, but then I remember you're the head boy now. You're a responsible adult in this school, so we say... You deal with it how you've dealt with it, which is very mature, I'd say. Level of maturity I did not have at your age, and I certainly don't have now. Fish continuing the randomness, just saying Daily Blend, because why not? Ancelotti... Oh, is it? Ancelotti sentenced to 1 year in prison after he leaves Madrid. Seems like a partake. Was it? I thought it was like a tax thing. This is news to me. Harry says I told the teacher to smack the ball at Harry to do a power shot. Well then legally we don't have much recourse to sue your teacher here. Where do you think Grealish is going to? Probably somewhere abroad, if I'm honest. He's on crazy wages, isn't he? And I don't see kind of many European clubs matching those wages. Possibly Saudi. Imagine Grealish in Saudi. What a... I mean, if he doesn't get arrested, he would have performed. He would have acted quite appropriately. Fluminense would have beaten this Real Madrid. I am enjoying the downfall of this team. Can't lie. Callan says it's BS. Is that Joe Goldberg in your picture, Callan? I can't see because it's really small. Is that Joe Goldberg? I think it is Joe Goldberg. Madrid getting cooked, says Mr. Default, 100%. We hope the cooking continues. Problem Charles says, who's playing? PSG are playing. Real Madrid are not playing because they're getting battered. But officially it's PSG versus Real Madrid. SB227 says, what's your Twitch? It is football_ live streams with a Z. I'll show you. It's it's that. It's football_ live streams with a Z. That's the Twitch. I mean, it would make more sense if I had a consistent username on YouTube and everything. That's probably something I need to sort out eventually. Sonny asks, who did Man City decide to replace Kevin De Bruyne? Because they need someone to find Haaland. Because if they don't, they can't win the Premier League. Well, if they can't win the Premier League, that's a positive for us. I thought they were replacing him with Rayan Cherki and Reinders from AC Milan, the Dutch guy. They got him. They got Cherki. Jenny was saying earlier they're interested in Gibbs White. It looks like they're interested in quite a few players to try and replace him. Mr. Default asks, why is Valverde playing right back over Trent? And as SB has answered there, Trent is injured, but we have our suspicions that he's not injured. Like Kvaratskhelia just running at Valverde. Kvaratskhelia that runs like the Flash, man. Like, I'm very rarely sad that we didn't get a player, but Kvaratskhelia is one of them. Pixel says Reinders they got, yeah, Reinders from AC Milan, I believe. That's the one. It's a SB. Simon, got it. Good to have you on Twitch. Hope you're well. Well, I know you well because I've been talking to you for 20 minutes. But good to have you there. Mr. Default says Hala Madrid. Well, it's hell for Madrid at the moment. You might need to flip some of those vowels around. Yeah, that's it. A tax evasion. He won't get a year. He won't serve. He's paying a fine. Yeah, that's. I think quite a few players have had it like that there. But yeah, probably won't do time. Chuck a bit of money their way, and they'll look the other way. Yeah, as Mo has also said there, we'll just pay a fine. Mr. Default says the Madrid aren't playing, they're just watching. It looks like it. PSG just have a level of alertness which is crazy, because you'd think they'd be exhausted. They played a full season, they won the Champions League, but they're still playing like they're hungry, which is quite impressive. Problem Child says, so good to see Trent failing. We have Frimpong, we don't want you back. Yeah, we don't want you back. It's gonna happen. Be prepared for it, guys. Be prepared for it. In 6 months or maybe a year, he'll stink out the gaff at Madrid. He'll sit on the bench. You know when he sits on the bench with his arms folded like the world has wronged him? Sit on the bench, and then you'll see people on Twitter saying, oh, shall we bring him back? Should we bring him back home? That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. People are gonna start that narrative in at least 6 months, possibly a year. So we just have to stay firm and be like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You made your bed. You can go lie in it now. It happens with every player. People's memories just last like 5 seconds sometimes. Yeah, James, James knows what I'm on about. It's just annoying. Just annoying. Dan says, I hear DAZN have got Serie A rights. Oh, okay, interesting. Is that free or do we have to pay for it? I presume we have to. I presume we have to pay for it, but that's good to see in some cases. Pinicius Punia, yes. Oh, that will never not be funny. Pinicius is quite deep, and it's his mate. Mbappe is doing alright here, to be fair. Did pretty well, but then shot it over the bar. Newcastle or Napoli? You think? You reckon Grealish is gonna end up at Newcastle or Napoli? What makes you say that? Do you reckon they can pay his wages though? That's the only thing. I reckon he'll probably end up in Saudi, you know. But we'll have to wait and see. By the way, Trent is better than Frimpong. Like, let's not act like if Trent decided to stay at Liverpool, you lot wouldn't have said that Trent is the best right back in the world. I mean, there's certain things that he's good at. There's certain things that he's not so good at, if you know what I mean. I think with the Trent thing, Trent seemed like he was more kind of suited to Klopp's formation, if I'm honest. Like, Klopp's team was more kind of, but hold on, Hakimi's through. Are they going to make it 3? It's 3! It's 3! It's 3! 3-0. It's 3-0. I think Sonny's prediction might have been right. Unfortunately, Dale's prediction was wrong. But what is going on? It's 3-0. Oh my god. How is it 3-0? What are you doing, Jabi? Again, like we were saying, like A. James was saying, like Simon, aka SB, was saying, we suspect Trent saw this and said, nah, I'm good. There is a bit of a saving grace, Dale. You can just say you got the teams the wrong way around. It was just a small typo. You just meant to flip the teams around. Oh, God. What is going on? I'm loving it. I think everyone here is loving it. Okay, I didn't know that. Lyon won their appeal and are staying in League One. I'm excited to see 66 during El Clasico. They'll see the true 66, and I look forward to how the fans will treat him afterwards. But yeah, on your previous point, Sonny, I think the way Trent played was more key to the Klopp system, whereas the slot system doesn't seem to kind of favour those attributes as much. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd rather he'd stay than he didn't stay. And we don't know what Frimpong's going to be like until Frimpong actually plays. But on paper, Frimpong's kind of pace and Frimpong's kind of strength seem to favour this system. Of course, we don't know for certain until he plays. And I'd rather Trent would have stayed. But I don't think there's too much to be concerned about. Yeah, 3-0. I'm loving it. I'm loving 3-0. Dan says game over for Real Madrid. Game over in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. How many goals are we gonna get? How many goals are we gonna get? Jenny says you should respect Trent for what he's done. He win every trophy for you. I mean, he didn't win it. He won it as part of a team. And I think also just because he's won trophies, that doesn't make him devoid of criticism. You know what I mean? I think most of the criticism has been fair. PSG gonna get a fourth? Oh, play it back. three before the cooldown break. I forgot about that. I forgot about that cooldown break. They've not taken their little lunch break yet, and it's already 3-0. Simon says not a chance, Sonny. Which I think that's SB again, but yeah, not a chance, Sonny. I'm excited to see Frimpong. And I'm excited to see Kirkes. Because I think the right side next season is going to be rapid, and I think the left side is also going to be rapid. And kind of how a team's going to cope with that. Oh, that's a bad tackle by Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni on Hakimi. I don't know if Tchouaméni's going to... Oh, Tchouaméni's just been booked, of course he has. Dan says that Liverpool should go for Anthony Gordon. I wouldn't mind that. He's a Liverpool fan. He's best mates with Curtis Jones. I think he'd be on a respectable wage. He's also English, counts towards the quota. Good player as well. If the price is right, we should be all over that. Jay Fancine says, game over for Real Madrid. It certainly looks like that. Lala says, Real Madrid getting battered by PSG. They are, man. 3-0 before the drinks break. It's like, come on. They're gonna hope there's vodka in those drinks bottles so that they can forget about this. This feel again. I don't wanna draw kind of too many conclusions from this tournament, but this would it be facetious or accurate to say this feels like a changing of the guard to a certain degree, where like Real Madrid were the big dogs for the past few years in terms of the team that you didn't want to come up against, and is that now PSG? Ben says, do you think Wirtz will make his debut on Sunday? I think so, yes. We might as well get all the newbies on the pitch, right? Get Wirtz on the pitch, get Kirkes on the pitch, get Frimpong on the pitch. Dale has slightly revised his prediction, ever so slightly, and say Real Madrid to win 4-3. Well, it is possible. Unless this corner goes in. If this corner goes in, you might want to change it to 5-4. But let's see what happens with this corner. Oh, the corner missed everyone, to be fair. High 7 says Real Madrid getting smoked. They are getting smoked. They're getting rolled up and smoked, which is quite funny to see. Sonny is befriending more people, as he always does. He says, really, Simon? Trent was always terrible at defending. And guess what? You Liverpool fans hype him up to the likes of Dani Alves, Cafu. So yeah, Simon, don't give me BS. I'm confused as to kind of what the BS is. I don't think there's any BS. I think Trent was an integral part of the Klopp system. And I think if Klopp was still there and Trent was going, I'd be a lot more kind of concerned. Because the system in many ways kind of went, ooh, are they going to score a fourth? Oh no, it's offside. Whereas with the slot system, it's like, it's not so much wingers. It looks a bit more kind of central. So with that in mind, I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to cry about it. I think Frimpong will do great. More importantly, Frimpong wants to be here. So let's give him our support. High 7 says, I said Bayern are currently better than Madrid. Looks like I was right. It does look like you were right. You were correct. And he's saying, you think Bayern are better? Yeah, I think they are. This Real Madrid team, they look a bit disjointed. They look a bit all over the place. I appreciate they're playing a new system, new manager. But this is gonna hurt them. This is gonna hurt them. Jenny says, I reckon Chelsea could be dark horses. I think Chelsea will do well next season. I've got a suspicion that Chelsea will finish higher than Arsenal next season. Chelsea are doing all the right things. Finally yesterday, their attack, it looked dangerous, you know. You had Pedro, you had Cole Palmer, You had Neto, you had Nkunku, and then behind them you had Caicedo, Fernandes. Finally, the tip of that is starting to look like an expensive team. Liverpool are going to sign Gahey. I wouldn't mind Mark Gahey, especially for the right price. Simon says to Sonny, I'm not giving you BS. He's a terrible defender. He was never a good one. He's better going forward, hence why he'd suit Real Madrid's system. Better considering he can go forward more. I think that's true. And also with Alonso's system now, he's got 3 centre backs, so he's got an extra man behind him to cover. So that is true. And as you said there, it doesn't change the fact that he's lazy. It doesn't change the fact that he's slow to run back. So yeah. I'm like, thanks for the memories. How you left us was a bit rubbish. But bye. And it's something most people don't forget. Like, even when I see like Steve McManaman on TV now, the first thing I think of when I see Steve McManaman is he left for a free. And it's been like 30 years. We should get John Flanagan on the pitch. I don't know what John Flanagan's doing these days. Aston Villa Central says not happening. Liverpool, PSG, Barcelona, Bayern are all better than Real Madrid right now. They are. Especially on form. This might be growing pains with respect to a new formation, but are the teams like Real Madrid? They've got kind of very good players, but with good players comes great egos. And are these egos going to turn on Alonso if they don't get instant success? And then is it just going to cause a big mess? I hope it does. Villa Central says, bet it feels weird with the refs against Real Madrid. I'm sure it does. Noah says 20-0 yet? Not quite yet, but we're getting there. We're 3-0 there. Hopefully we can reach that. Sonny says, where was those criticism as Trent was playing? But back then he was a god. Don't tell me you didn't cry like a little girl when corner taken quickly happened. Didn't cry like a little girl, to be honest. I found it funny. Since you're a Barcelona fan, I suspect there's one of us that cried like a little girl, and it wasn't me. But again, Trent was kind of very good in Klopp's system. I'm not sure Trent would suit Slot's system quite as much. So it's like, look, he's gone. Thank you for the memories. How you left was a bit rubbish, was a bit disrespectful. But guess what? You move on, we move on. That's life. Sam says, do you think Bajcetic will get game time next year? I think he'll get a bit of game time in pre-season. And then they'll make up their mind in pre-season. If I had to guess, and again, I have no insider knowledge. But if I had to guess, I reckon they'll play him in pre-season and then they'll sell him at the end of pre-season. You know, like how they did with Carvalho and Sepp Vandenberg last year. Hey, let's play him in pre-season. And then they do well in pre-season and then they maximize the value and they sell. I reckon that's probably what they're going to do. Aston Villa Santos has put this up. Real Madrid fans feel weird now that the refs are against them. I put that up before, but I'll put it up again. I'll leave it up for 2 seconds because I'm going to grab a drink. But I'm prepared. Sorry, it's my cooling break. It's a cooling break for me, but unlike Real Madrid, I'm not 3-0 down, so that's life. I always fill this bottle up so much, and then like I get to like there, barely make a dent in it. But what can you do? Simon says, I was criticizing him. We're a better team without him because of his laziness. I hear ya. Neto was so scary every time with the ball. Yeah, Neto. I mean, like, I hope for Neto's sake, his injury kind of concerns are behind him now. And he can kind of show what kind of player he is, because he's a very good player. Jenny says, tonight I am dead shocked. I agree with Sunny. Wow. Hell is freezing over. Hell is freezing over. Sunny says it's Real Madrid. Do you really think any player would choose Liverpool over Real Madrid? Like, even your great Gerrard wanted to leave Liverpool, and look at how the Liverpool fans treated him. Gerrard stayed at Liverpool, and at the game that I went to 3 months ago, he was cheered like a god. And again, nobody has any beef with Trent leaving for Real Madrid. It's running down your contract and leaving on a free. It's a very simple concept. If he wants to leave to Real Madrid, here's £50 million. Goodbye, Trent. Alexis McAllister signed a new contract with Brighton so that Brighton would get a fee from Liverpool. Because Alexis McAllister is not a tool. Whereas Trent, being a tool, as Simon described it, didn't sign a new contract, decided to run his contract down, said to the fans, oh, I don't know I'm going to stay, if I'm going to stay, if I'm going to leave, I'm going to stay, if I'm going to leave. But meanwhile, was learning Spanish for 2 years to the point where on his intro, he's saying habla señor like he's fluent. It's not the action, it's the context around the action. That's the thing. Aston Villa's form is better than current Real Madrid, yeah. I mean, I think if Villa were to play Real Madrid, I'd certainly favour Villa. Spixel says, the funny part is most of fans at the stadium, yeah, they are Real Madrid fans. the camera keeps panning to like the crowd, and there'll be somebody sitting there in like a hat and like Real Madrid gear, Real Madrid hat, Real Madrid shirt, Real Madrid underpants, just looking very sad, very, very, very angry. Hi Seven says, why is Sunny arguing with everyone? I'm not too sure. But it's all good. It's all good. Villa Central says, corner take quickly. Vinny with an own goal. 9-0 PSG. That would be nice. Hopefully we've got that to look forward to in the second half. Finley says hi again. How you doing, Finley? Hope you're well. Simon is saying, I don't care if he chooses PSG, Real Madrid or United. Yeah. Simon's saying the same thing I am. I don't care if he chooses PSG, Real Madrid or United. I care about the fact that he ran his contract down, purposely to get out. Just like you would be if any Barcelona fan did that. Exactly, yeah. It's for me, and I think also for Simon, and I think also for quite a few Liverpool fans, it's not the move. It's the way he kind of went about the move. It's dirty. Like, it's kind of dirty. Sunny says, but guess what? Even if he did that, it doesn't change his legacy. Like, Real Madrid are a bigger team. I don't think you're understanding the point. Like, just go back and read it. It's not about him wanting to leave. He's entitled to leave. It's how he went about it. It's running his contract down. It's secretly learning Spanish in the background. It's all these things. It's a lot more complicated. It's the 4-5 things on the right hand side, not the one thing on the left hand side. That's the issue. Fish says hi. That quick frame of Bellingham is the first time I've seen him this game. Yeah, he hasn't quite hit the heights of earlier. To be honest, this whole Real Madrid team, they look a bit out of it. Changes his whole legacy. If he really cared about the club, he would have gone for a fee. Coutinho's a good example. Coutinho signed a 5-year contract before leaving to get a fee. Frimpong is a better player all year round. Yeah, 100%. It's about the way that you do things. Like for me personally, let's pretend for argument's sake, Trent is a £100 million player. Again, I'm just picking numbers out of the air. Let's pretend for an argument's sake, Trent is a £100 million player. Now, if Trent really wants to go to Real Madrid, he says, look, I'll sign a new contract with Liverpool where you can get half my value. So you can get 50 million for me. and then I can get 50 million as a signing on fee, and I go Real Madrid, I'd be like, you know what, fine. At least we get something for you. At least you're giving back to a certain degree. But it's just the greed element to just give back nothing. Yeah, I think that's messed up. You keep saying, look at the time Gerrard was treated. Again, you're going back to one person at one time. I was literally at Anfield like 3 months ago. Anytime Gerrard came out, the lady in front of me would say to kids, look, there's Gerrard, there's Gerrard, there he is. Like, you're using one image of some clown burning a shirt, and you're using that as kind of justification for an entire fan base's opinion of Gerrard. That's not the impression of Gerrard. Like, Gerrard is adored to the extent of which I've never seen. Peter Crouch came out, he got cheered. Dirk Kuyt came out. This is the game. This is the Legends game a few months ago. Dirk Kuyt came out, got cheered. Cinema Pongal came out, got cheered. Cisse came out, got cheered. Gerrard came out. I've never heard cheers like that. And Anfield's only got like 50,000 capacity as well. It was crazy. So trust me, like, it's different with him. It is different. Villa would lose Real Madrid. They aren't that bad. They beat Dortmund and they are pretty good. To be fair, Villa are also kind of pretty good, to be fair. Simon talking about Frimpong, saying he can go forward, get goals and assists. And he's got the pace to come back as well. That's all of kind of what I'm looking forward to with Frimpong, and similarly with Kerkez as well. Like, I don't mind kind of players being out of position as long as they run to get back. And I think quite far too often Trent was not running to get back. Harry says Madrid is washed. It certainly looks like that. Delwood says Tottenham finally signed someone. Yeah, who was it? Was it Kudos? Is it Kudos? I saw something like that. Have they actually signed Kudos now? High Seven says, are you grieving that Champions League final in 2022? Nope. Is that the Vinicius one? I presume. Sonny says, I've never hated any individual player. The only player I've hated is CR7. That is true. I do respect the consistency of the hatred. Lucho says it's snaky. Yeah, it's not a good look. Like, for me, like, if he had done a McAllister, I think that's the right thing to do. Salah's secretly learning Arabic, ignoring the Arabic that he learned growing up. Doesn't matter who was burning his shirt. If he really wanted to leave, he would have left. But he stayed, true, because playing for your local club means more than winning trophies at a club. You'll be forgotten, yeah. And they all say that. Like, even Steve McManaman says now, like, I know I won those trophies, but they don't really mean anything. Like, all these players, they live in big houses, right? What's the point in having medals in your trophy room if when you go outside, people boo you? I mean, look at Michael Owen now. Michael Owen did something very similar, and now he's at the point where nobody wants to claim him. Liverpool fans says we don't want to claim him because he's associated with Man United. Real Madrid fans say we don't want to claim him because who's Owen? We've had Ronaldo, we've had CR7, we've had Raul. Like, who's Owen? We don't want to claim this guy. So Real Madrid fans don't claim him. Man United fans don't claim him because he used to play for Liverpool. Newcastle fans don't claim him because he used to play for Man United. So they got the northern rivalry. And Stoke fans don't claim him because he played about 3 seconds for them. So it's something that I think has dawned on Owen now, because I think Owen was also saying on like some sort of news channel that he's surprised that people don't make a bigger deal about him. But it's like, yeah, you hop from fan base to fan base, annoying people. Why would people care about you now? Lucho says that Owen, Trent and McManaman are the only Liverpool players deserve to be snakes. Yeah, true, true. I mean, even Raheem Sterling. Sterling was called a snake. Sterling was called a snake. Sterling was called this. Sterling was called that. Sterling also got Liverpool £50 million. And £50 million was a lot back then. So, swings and roundabouts. Kudos. Okay, Kudos has gone to Spurs. That's a nice little signing for Spurs. Is he gonna play? Is he gonna play behind Solanke? Is he gonna play in who's that guy? Dejan Kulusevski's position? It'll be interesting to see. Simon, let me tell you something. By the end of their career, Trent will be remembered way fondly than Frimpong. Will he though? Will he? I mean, number one, we don't know that for certain because we don't know what the future holds. But secondly, genuinely, I don't think he will, because I don't think the Liverpool fans will want to give him the time of day. And secondly, I don't think he'll be like a star at Real Madrid. He'll be yet another player. So who's gonna remember him fondly? If that's the metric that's being used here, I don't think anyone's gonna remember. You could say he'll win more trophies, and that might be true, but I don't think anyone's gonna remember him fondly. Like, Trent's pretty hated now amongst kind of most Liverpool fans. And at Madrid, like, he's just gonna be another bloke. So I don't know who's gonna remember him fondly. Maybe the next club he goes to, but I don't think that's gonna happen. And yeah, like Simon's basically saying the same thing, and he'll be forgotten at Real because he's just another player to them. Yeah, that's the thing. As Sonny says, and guess what? Gerrard will never be in any top three. But you're changing the argument here. You're talking about players being remembered fondly, and then I feel like Simon responded to that. But now you're changing it to a different thing. I don't understand the logic here. It's kinda all over the place. Yeah, it's like the subject matter is who's gonna be remembered fondly, and I think I pushed back on that. And I think Simon also pushed back on that. But then this is kind of changing. This is kind of changing it. Oh god, I forgot about that. Yeah, Owen had a brochure made for himself to find a club, like we didn't know who he was. Yeah, that brochure is actually that brochure is actually available online if you find it. It's a PDF. Saying, look at this. There's this magical player called Michael Owen. He's done this. He's done that. Pretty cringe. I can't lie. I mean, I respect the not creativity. I guess I respect the tendency to do something slightly different. But yeah, it was a bit weird. You can find that brochure online. I've seen it. What argument that Frimpong is better than... I don't even remember. I feel like one person says one thing and then it's just kind of going all over the place. Why don't we just say, we'll see what happens this season, and in reality, we'll all be dead in 100 years, so it probably doesn't make much difference. That's the easiest way. Steve says, Kudos only shows up for big games. Yeah, it'll be an interesting signing. It'll be an interesting signing to kind of see how it works out. I guess number one, I'm interested to see kind of how will they welcome a player from West Ham, being Spurs, West Ham, all that. I think the fee was rumored to be kind of 55 million, which seems ballpark kind of roughly correct. From my perspective, I'm not jealous that we didn't get him. So I don't know if that says anything or if it doesn't say anything, but Spurs needed to buy players, so let's see how that works out. Yes, timer. Thank you. 45. 45. Is Frimpong better than Trent? I guess you will say Salah's better than Messi. I mean, this again. I feel like this is going all over the place now, if I'm honest. Trent will be more remembered if he was on beta squad. Liverpool fans, you forgot this one. Owen won the Ballon d'Or. Nope, we remember that. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's impressive. I mean, winning the Ballon d'Or at that age. I guess the pushback would be that the Ballon d'Or wasn't such a big deal kind of 25 years ago as it is now. But equally, he did win it. And it's not his fault. So, yeah. It's a nice achievement. F1 says, do you like snooker? I used to watch it back in the day, not so much now. You know, back in the day when I used to watch Stephen Hendry, Jimmy White. I'm not so familiar with the new guys. Ronnie O'Sullivan, obviously. Sean Murphy. I used to watch it back in the day. It's relaxing to watch. I don't watch it so much now. Maybe I should start watching it again. PSG 4-0 Madrid and PSG 3-0 other Madrid. I mean, hopefully there'll be quite a few more goals here. If Rangers and Celtic join EFL, would they make lower team more money? Certainly possible. Steve says the West Ham Spurs rivalry doesn't come into play for a player like... Yeah, I guess you're right. I was thinking kind of more from a fan perspective. But you're right. Like from a player perspective, it's probably not applicable. Jay Curtis says thoughts on Sunderland's transfer business. To be honest, not too familiar with it. To be honest, I might need to look that up. Michael says I'm not a Liverpool fan, but if Salah was in that same Barcelona team Messi was in, he'd be seen as just as good. I'll take that. I'll take that as a compliment any day. Simon saying again, you missed the point. You mad about it. Oh God. Henry White Drago. Yeah, not Colin Hendry. Stephen Hendry, right? Stephen Hendry. I remember Stephen Hendry. I remember Jimmy White. Who's Drago? I don't remember Drago. I don't remember Drago. I don't know why that came out so northern. But yeah, Stephen Hendry, sorry. Jimmy White. Drago. Yeah, okay, yeah, Tony Drago. That makes sense now. Yeah. That's triggered a memory. Entertaining players, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of back in the day when you only used to have like 4 channels and then you used to just watch it because it was on. Yeah, snooker was good. John Higgins, is that his name? John Higgins. He's older now, naturally, but he was kind of coming onto the scene back when I used to kind of watch it. Yeah, I was thinking that when I said Colin Hendry, I was like, he's the blonde guy that used to play football. Send it back for Blackburn. I played with him in a charity match, says Azza. Very nice. How was that? Did you get to meet him? Was he a nice person in real life? I hope he was a nice person. I've pulled a muscle here, which is probably why I'm doing this. But yeah, it's good to hear that. PSG will win 6-1. Certainly hope so. What jersey you wearing? It's one of the retro ones. I'm sure you knew. If you want me to get the specific year, let me know. I'll look that up for you. His own kit made it himself. Jack says Robbie Dingy Rapids, bro. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Stephen Hendry. Yeah, the Scottish player. Diogo Jota, PSG 3, Madrid 0. Yeah, let's hope they can double that. Maltese player. Tony Drago. Maltese. Nice. One of your people. Good to hear, man. Michael says, look at Messi after leaving Barcelona. He's done nothing extraordinary. His career was carried by Barcelona. I'm sure Sonny will love that if he's still here. Kvaratskhelia over Rojahinha. Rojahinha. Who's Rojahinha? That's Sonny. Sonny is always here. Say, if Salah was in the same Barcelona team, he wouldn't even play. Say what you want Salah in 09-12 Barcelona, he would be laughing stock. I mean, he perhaps wouldn't be a laughing stock. I think he'd do well. I certainly think he'd do well. I see Simon and Sunny are on the road to becoming friends, hopefully. Afro receding Salah or shaved head Salah? So last season Salah or this season Salah? I mean, I'd have to go on this season Salah. Isaac says hi, how you doing? Rob Van Dam, Mr. 5-star Frog Splash, Mr. ECW says 88, 89. I can look it up. I'm not too sure. I got my laptop here. Let me look it up for you guys. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I can't find it, but yeah, that sounds about right. AFC Dave, aka AFC DL, says I can't wait for Chelsea to get hammered by this PSG side. Yeah, thankfully there's not long to wait. You've only got or we've only got a couple of days, but yeah, this PSG side, they're on fire. They're like robots, man. They don't seem to tire, which is quite peculiar. Whole PSG. At this point, they might need that. They're playing that well. Sonny says, what argument? The original argument, Trent greater than Frimpong, which is true, because if Frimpong was better than Trent, Real Madrid would have gone for them, not Trent. Real Madrid wouldn't have gone for Frimpong, because Frimpong cost money, and Real Madrid are broke just like Barcelona, so they probably wouldn't have gone for Frimpong, to be honest. 40 million is a bit deep for Real Madrid pockets. But free transfer, let's get on that. Simon is like my kind of spiritual twin to a certain degree, because he says all the same things. He says all the same things that I say. I don't think they would have. Real Madrid don't like to spend money, as we know. Frimpong is an all-round better defender, and you know it. I'm loving that, man. I'm just excited to see Mr. Frimpong and Mr. Milos and Mr. Florian on Sunday. Michael, aka the South Park picture. I've never seen South Park. Am I missing out? It's one of those shows everyone says is hilarious, but I've like never seen it. And I always wonder, like, am I missing out on life having not seen this show? Michael says, my point, if Messi wasn't in that Barcelona team and Salah was in it instead, so if they were to switch places, his numbers would be comparable. It's certainly possible. Especially in that league, let's be honest. Okay, let's not call people names. Let's steer away. It's fine to disagree, but let's not call people names, please. because my hair's already losing color. Would rather not lose even more color. Thank you very much. PSG, they probably are, you know. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it that way. Yeah. Does that mean does that mean the whole team could get banned? PSG? Let's hope not. Blake says it's all about systems. Trent fits their systems better. True. Asensio needs to G9. What's G9? What's G9? I'm not familiar with that. Sonny says the same can be said for anyone from that team. Like Xavi would have been better without an output like Messi. I'm not sure what you mean. The same can be said for anyone from that team. Like Xavi would have better with an output like Messi. I'm not sure what you mean. I think what Michael was saying earlier is that if Salah was playing in that team, he'd get maybe similar-ish numbers. I think that's what he meant. Burton says Isak to Liverpool. I'd love it to happen. I doubt it's going to happen, but I'd love it to happen. But I hope you're well. Simon saying, were they planning for him? No. You're all about ifs and buts. Name calling. Yeah, let's steer away from the name calling. And guess what? Salah can never pull that same output as Messi. I think Michael's point was that that Salah would have similar output. I think Messi is a once in a lifetime player, to be fair, so wouldn't be as high, but it'd still be pretty good. Ooh, did you see that? 66. There's a fan talking to 66 and 66 is ignoring him. Nika says 3-1 PSG. Does that mean we've only got one more goal? I hope not. But they've kicked off. Fantastic. Come on, another 3 goals would do us quite nicely. Kvaratskhelia getting back to defend. That's one of the good things about him. Hi7 says, can you check out ice cream on YouTube? Yeah, can do. What kind of stuff is it about? Is it about ice cream? Because I could do with an ice cream, kind of given how hot it is right now. Sonny says, where's 3-1? Who scored? I think it was a prediction from Nika. Currently still 3-0. Ooh, is it going to be 4? Where's Real Madrid's defense? Come on, Doué. Is it 4? It's 4-0. But is it offside? They've got the ball in the net again. Oh, the referee. I mean, that's borderline, to be fair. That's borderline. That's borderline. Seen those. It was offside, but I've seen those given. Sonny says it's 5-0. They could certainly finish 5-0. Still 3-0, unfortunately. Luis Enrique masterclass. I mean, yeah. What more can you say? Ooh. I thought they were gonna score there. What more can you say? Though, I mean, the way he's changed his team, pretty amazing. Do you think Madrid pull the comeback? Nah, I doubt it, to be fair. I mean, here they are on the counter. But Nuno Mendes gets back to defend because Nuno Mendes is amazing. Um, 22 minutes ago, under the floodlights, One Football Report, Gyökeres deal not close to being confirmed, too far apart. Is that for Arsenal? That one, or is that for another team? All right, yeah, Arsenal. Are you an Arsenal fan? I can't remember. How would you feel about Gyökeres? So if Arsenal have bought Zubimendi, that's about Roma. Okay, nice. If Arsenal have bought Zubimendi, that's about 50 million. Kepa 55. Madueke another 50. Call it 105. Gyökeres 60-70. They'd be getting close to 200 million. Simon says, second time you said that, no one cares. Yeah, I'm trying to read out most of the nice messages. Like if people are disagreeing, it's okay. But sometimes it's like, okay, it's a bit borderline. I don't mind people disagreeing if it's a back and forth and kind of football and that sort of thing. Doué better than Mbappe. Doué's had a very good season. Is he better than Mbappe yet? Hard to kind of say. Ice Cream Man on YouTube live streams. What is being streamed? Is it football? Is it something about ice cream? Is it music? Like what's the context? Supposedly they won't pay a £5 million fee. Is that like a £50 million fee for Gyökeres, or is that like a £5 million admin fee or something? I'm with you. Like I'm not. I don't see the. I don't kind of see the fascination with Gyökeres. Like I appreciate he scored a lot of goals, but Nunes scored a lot of goals in that league. And like physically, he doesn't seem all that quick. I'd be annoyed if my team were to buy him, to be honest. Sonny says Gyökeres going to Arsenal. AFTV on the go. Would that cause a AFT meltdown, or would they be happy about that? And would they then say, "Hey, we're gonna win everything," and then, September we're gonna win the league. October we're gonna win the league. November we're gonna win the league. December sack the board. Mr. Default says, hard question, who's the best player in the world? Right now, you'd probably have to go for Lamine Yamal, I reckon. As I say that, Mbappe just skies a ball into the space station. Probably Yamal at the moment. It's just football. Check it out. I will. I can't check it out right now. I'm a bit busy. But I'll try to check it out later. Rambo says, none of this Alvarez or Isak nonsense. Get Liao in and go fluid interchangeable front three. Wirtz, Liao and Salah. Maybe. I see the logic. C Kelly 40 says gay. I appreciate that, C Kelly 40. Hope you're well. Sahel says he doesn't need to be all that. Arteta got Marino in scoring. That is true. Marino has been Arsenal's best attacker, to be fair. Guarantee he'll play Havertz over him still. Yeah, I can see that happening. Like he'll maybe play Gyökeres the first game, and then he'll be back to Havertz by the second game. Arteta needs to be studied. I'm convinced he's deliberately sabotaging Arsenal by his decisions and some of his transfers. Sonny says, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time. How's Dybala doing? I think that's potentially a question for Under the Floodlights. Arsenal can sign Lord Karius, and AFTV will say we're going to win the World Cup. They will say at the start. They'll say in September. They'll kind of say in October. And then the cool thing to do these days is to blame the board. Because if you blame the manager, you're not an intellectual. If you blame the players, you're not an intellectual. Let's blame the board. It's the board's fault. You know, the same board that sanctioned £200 million every season. It's their fault. I mean, I would say who's making authority who's making the approval decisions on where to spend that money. Because the board ain't saying, bro, you know Gyökeres, bro, he's sick, bro. The board are probably just releasing the funds and then giving them to probably the sporting director to make that decision. So I don't see how it's a board problem. It's just people say it's posh to say that. Default says Liao is so overrated. I do think he's overrated by certain people, yeah. I think he's good. I don't think he's the best thing since sliced bread, but I think he's a decent enough player. High 7 wants to come to my house and discuss football. Very nice. Come on, PSG. I need them to get another goal. PG says Sal Diaz and get Barcola. Controversial take. I don't think Barcola's all that. Like for me, in my opinion, we should be aspiring, and not aspiring. We should be on PSG's level. Because PSG Champions League winners. PSG are. You could certainly say kind of best team in the world. Liverpool, one of the best teams in the world, being the Premier League champions, and are aspiring to get to that number one spot. And for me, if a player's not good enough for PSG, he's not good enough for Liverpool. Like PSG got Kvaratskhelia, they got Dembele, they got Doué. We should be aiming for players of that level, not the level that's not good enough to usurp that level. Getting Barcola feels like an Arsenal type of thing. Like, you know how they buy like Chelsea's scraps. I don't want Liverpool to buy PSG's scraps. Mr. Default says, nah, yeah, Barcola ain't that guy. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see it. I do not see it with Barcola. And for me, he's the level below the level we should be aspiring to. The level we should be aspiring to is the Kvaratskhelia level, is the Dembele level, is the Doué level. Obviously not those three players specifically, but on that level. And for me, Barcola is a step below. And it's shown by Enrique's selections, because Enrique's got him as a bench player. That's just my take on this. Simon says you'd be able to get Rafael Leao cheap enough though, considering Milan don't have Europe. That's a fair point. Cheeky little bid. I mean, if he's available for the right price, I think we should be on that. There's a rumors Diaz could go for 50, 60, 70, 80. I have seen every range of the spectrum recently. I think if we can get Leao for cheaper than that, then might be worth exploring. PG says, I like Diaz, great work ethic, doesn't score enough for his positions to get into. Yeah, I think that's an accurate position. He works hard. We'd like to see a bit more end product. And I think for me, I'd like to see a bit more consistency as well. Like he'll score like a bucket of like 7 goals, and then he'll disappear for 2 months, and then he'll score another bucket of a few goals, and then he'll disappear. I'd like to see a bit more consistency from him. Unfortunately, I do suspect that he's going to leave, but if he was to stay, that would be something we're looking for. Sonny says Leao's worth over 80 million, right? I still want Rashford with a loan deal. Sonny loves Rashford. To be fair, like I think you mentioned this yesterday. You were thinking, you know what? Let's get Rashford on the loan, and then I don't want to say buy someone proper, but once we've scouted a more permanent solution to that position, let's rectify that at a later date. But we'll use Rashford to cover for now on a loan. I think with that context, it makes a bit more sense. High 7 says Liverpool were above Barcelona for favourites for Champions League. Yeah, we were flying in the group stage, even won that group. Unfortunately, we met this super team very early. Mr. Default says, do you think Liverpool need to make any more signings? Yes, please. Definitely need a striker. Definitely need a defender because Kwanzaa's gone. I think there'll be quite a few outgoings now as well. We know, like with FSG, they love kind of balancing the books. So everyone's like, oh my god, they spent £120 million on Wirtz. They did. But they're going to sell Diaz and sell Nunes to cover the fee. Like when they bought Nunes, they sold Sadio Mane and they sold Nico Williams to cover the fee. When they bought Van Dijk and Alisson, they sold Coutinho to cover the fee. So I think there are going to be a couple of sales now. And I think dependent upon the positions in which those players leave, we'll probably need to fill those positions as well. Simon says, I don't think anyone would entertain 80 for him. You get 50 for him, I think, considering they don't have Europe. Yeah, it seems the most sensible fee. I mean, Elanga went for 55, so like Leao around 50. That seems to be the going rate. They could sign Stoya for midfield. Sonny says, if he's 50 million, you might as well go for him. Screw you, Pico Williams. Yeah, I think 50 million. I mean, granted, Leao is not the best things. He's not the second coming of the Messiah, but he's still a good player. And I think 50 million in this market is quite reasonable. PG says, yeah, Diaz is a patch player. Presley says Newcastle tax is heavy. Everyone wants to make it hard for us, so we should do the same. I think that's fair enough. I think that's fair enough. Newcastle is a good project. Newcastle is a big team. Newcastle got passionate fans. Newcastle got good stadium. They should. I'm not a Newcastle fan, but if they want to flex their muscles, I think they should be entitled to do that. So I'd understand it. To be fair, I wouldn't begrudge it. Sham says, who's the best team in the world? Probably the one we're watching right now, PSG. Only thing is he cares more about his TikTok than his football. Yeah, we'll just take his phone off him. Then we're good. PG says, my last take, I just hope we don't sell Elliot. I'm a big fan. Let's hope he stays, or if he does, just go B. I unfortunately I think he's gonna go, especially given some of the interviews that he'd been giving recently during the under-21s. And I like him as a player. I like his attitude. I like his hairstyle. It's very unique. But unfortunately, I think he's going to go. Mr. Default says, I hope we don't loan Rashford. We need to clear out the squad. All right, so you're a Man United fan. And you're saying, you know what? We just want to get money for him now, because if we loan him out, we're merely pushing the problem to a later date. We want to solve it now, get money in now so we can rebuild. I hear you. I hear. Hi Seven says Salah better than Mbappe. Certain times, yeah. United to win the Premier League is not gonna happen, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say. Sonny saying, my thing is sign Rashford on a loan deal and sign a few right back or left back, considering that's where we fail next season, when both Bolde and Koundé were gone in semi-finals. All right, so you're saying Rashford's available, so let's get him for. I know loans are not free, but let's just spend a little bit on a loan for him and spend the bulk of our money on the fullback positions. So you're looking out for the whole team. I hope Naoni gets more game time next season. Yeah, Trey Naoni. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. I know we stole him from Leicester and all that, but I'm excited to see him in pre-season. Durwood says last time seeing Madrid in a Real Madrid shirt. Yeah, because there won't be a final for him again, and he's coming on right now, so that's fantastic timing. Getting quite a nice ovation. Sorry. Presley says, do you think Nunes leaves? I'm 100% certain that he'll leave. How much? The second half of your question, I'm not too sure on. Probably around the £50 million mark, to be fair. Newcastle project is looking good, yeah. Newcastle I'm scared of. Their attack is good. I don't think Isak will leave, but their attack is good. Their midfield is good. Maybe need to look at a fullback or something, but still very, very good team. They'll be up there. Ashton says, you reckon we'll sign a new striker or use Dan's? I like Jayden Dan's, but I think they will sign a new striker. Simon says, you United fans say this every season. Yep. That's why at this point I'm like, bro, it's just not going to happen. I'm like, bro, it's just not going to happen. Rashford ain't going to Liverpool. Praise the Lord for that. My prayers have been answered. Mr. Default says, Sonny is Rashford's biggest fan. He does like a bit of Marcus. If United wins the Premier League, I'm a Real Madrid and CR7 fanboy. Well, we know that you're not, so I guess they're not going to win the Premier League. Rashford ain't going. Liverpool ain't no way. Yeah, to be honest, there's absolutely no chance of that happening. let's be honest. And to be honest, I don't think most fans would want him, to be honest. I mean, it makes sense from I think Mr. Default was saying it earlier. They'd rather just kind of sell him, kind of get the money in and move on. So it makes sense. Bo says, opinions on Sunderland's transfer window so far. To be honest, don't know too much about it, to be honest. So I'd feel remiss to give a opinion on that. Simon says, Sonny, what about Alex Val, top young right back? Might be a good option there to give him a bit of game time. Alfie says, do you think Tottenham will spend will win something this season? It's possible. You won something last season, and it's a pretty nice trophy in that. So yeah, it's possible. I think Kudos is a decent signing. Let's see what else happens. But it's certainly possible. Or did you already sign him, if I'm not wrong? Sonny says, sign anyone, man. Just give me the joy of Champions League. Went through, corner taken quickly, and 8-2. Just, yeah. He's saying, guys, I've had to live through corner taken quickly. I've had to live through the 8-2. Just give me a bit of Champions League joy. I think that's fair enough, given the trauma of those two events. Just want a happy Champions League. Mr. Default says, if Isak stays, surely Newcastle have the best front three. In terms of Elanga, Isak and Gordon, it'll certainly be up there. I'd be interesting to see what Liverpool do in the striker position. I'm convinced, I don't think Wirtz is going to play on the wing or as a striker. So I'd be interested to see what Liverpool do. But I think Newcastle are still going to be up there. They got very good attack. They got very good midfield. They got, they're a big club. They got passionate fans. They got a good stadium. They got a good history. PSG, though, on the break again. Stay onside, Hakimi. Sunderland have spent 92 million. Dang. Next time I go out, drinks are on Sunderland then, because they're splashing the cash. Is he not seen as a centre-back? That's what I would have seen him anyway. Kunde. I think that could be a question for Sonny there. Sonny saying, I'm not a Rashford fan. If Diaz is willing to join Barcelona in a loan deal. Yeah, no loan deals. Then I'm a Diaz fan. But he won't, because he had a great attack. Because we had a great attack, but a poor defense last season. Yeah, I think with respect to Liverpool, I think Diaz is going to leave on a permanent deal. Harvey says, what do you think of Kudos to Spurs? Yeah, good player. I mean, he's a good player. Good player, skillful player. He makes Spurs stronger. I think the fee is reasonable. 55 million, I think that's reasonable in, the current market where everyone's 100 million. Oh, PSG are through here, but is that a penalty? No. But yeah, it's a good signing. What more? It makes them stronger, and I think that's what matters. Mr. Default says, I can't believe we let Elanga go, but I'm happy for him. Is he still only 22? I didn't know he was quite... I feel like he's been around forever, Anthony Elanga. But I mean, like, if he's only 22... I think Newcastle got a really good deal then. 22-year-old winger. Carvajal's on the pitch. That's the end of Trent's Real Madrid career. I hope you enjoyed the Club World Cup, Mr. 66, because you're probably not going to play again. Good to see Carvajal back. Clipped, aka Spider-Man. Lego Spider-Man, I think, says, disappointed that Real Madrid lost so easily. Yeah, there was I think it was the initial 20 minutes where PSG just scored 3 goals, and it's like, what's going on here? Game seems to have slowed down a little bit now. But yeah, this is a solid win for PSG. Mr. Default being savage to Sunderland, saying 93 million to get relegated. I'm like, damn. That would be unfortunate. Sonny says, Sunderland have spent more money than Barcelona. We are screwed. Sunderland are splashing the cash, man. Sunderland are spending that Premier League money. It is a risk, I think. I know Mr. Devo was perhaps joking to a certain degree, but also being serious to a certain degree. But I guess if the risk doesn't pay off, what would that mean for the future of Sunderland? Suddenly you've got all these expensive players and you're in the Championship. Sonny says Kunde can play as a centre-back as well as a right-back. But if he is injured, who was there? Pau Victor? Nah. I need someone better. No disrespect to Victor. Yeah, let's see how this window goes. It's still pretty early days, I think. I can't believe pre-season is starting on Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. While United almost got relegated last season, yeah, let's hope they take that a couple of steps further and actually get relegated. That would be the funniest thing ever. Oh but shit! I forgot Mr. Default was here. It would not be funny. It would be terrible. My intrusive thoughts got out there. It would not be funny. It would be terrible. It would be a disaster for the Premier League and the north of England. We do not want that to happen. I forgot you were here. I was watching the match over here. I'm like, yeah, that'd be funny. I was like, oh great. Oh damn, Mr. Default. Who do you think will get relegated? The easiest thing to say is. It's quite often it's the right answer. The three that came up. I think Spurs will be better. They've signed Kudos. I think Man United will be better. They've signed Cunha. They're gonna sign more. It's probably the three that came up. They got relegated in the first year of my football manager. I couldn't have been happier. They got relegated on one of my football managers many years ago. And I can't lie, I was playing as Liverpool. And when Man United got relegated, I bought their players for cheap. I don't care. It was when Wayne Rooney was in their team. So going quite far back, I remember. I was like, hey, I'll take Wayne Rooney. He can move back to Liverpool. He can visit his family quite easily if he plays for Liverpool, because just across the park. But yeah, I totally did that. I didn't care. As soon as they got relegated, I was just buying all their players for cut price. Sunny says, I swear, if Barcelona sign Diaz on a permanent deal and don't fix the defense, I will be traumatized. Just like Arsenal needed a striker but signed a defensive-minded player. I hear ya. I think Diaz is a good player, but like 70 million is a lot of money in today's market. And genuinely for a team that has had kind of financial issues, to spend that much on one player who probably isn't even going to be a starter. I understand the trauma that would bring. Jenny, the Man City fan, says, I hope Leeds go down. I can see that happening. Predicting the future, says Mr. Default. Possibly. I might need to put the lottery numbers on at this rate. Yeah, signing a defensive-minded player because they knew the party was over for Party. Yeah, I think Arsenal have a lot of work to do. Yeah, Party over. Mr. Default says, do you go live every day? Nope. Generally when the games are on, to be fair. So next time will probably be Sunday. But on Sunday there's two games. On Sunday there's the Liverpool game and there's the final. Sonny says, yeah, the allegations are true. Yeah, I believe he's being formally charged. Cooling break, says Jay Fancine. Cooling break indeed. Everyone is hydrating, which is good for them. Supposedly, yeah, 4 or 5 counts between 21. Oh wow. I didn't know the details of that. But that's pretty crazy, to be fair. Yeah, Arsenal did become Prison FC. Marie Rojas says, hello, how you doing, Marie? Hope you're well. Hope you've had a nice day so far. Another banter for me. Arsenal fanboy, defend your club. Oh no, I think the banter has run its course for today. Mainly because I'm far too tired to moderate at this time. It is quarter to 10 on a it's quarter to 10 on a Wednesday. I don't have enough life force or energy to moderate in the bantering session. So let's say Arsenal need to improve, and hopefully they do improve. And when we say hopefully they do improve, we're merely being professional, because what we really think is hopefully they don't. But that's life sometimes. Sunny says, I know it's off topic, but yeah, it was, I think, similar-ish. I don't know all the details. I don't believe he was ever formally charged, but I think the difference is the kind of audio recordings of that kind of leaked out, and it was pretty terrible. It was kind of pretty terrible, to be fair. But I believe on that one, the charges were dropped. But I don't, to be fair, like, I'm not an expert. I don't know all the details on that. But from what I saw of it, I can't lie. It looked pretty bad. So I understood why kind of Man United were like, nah. Jenny says, thank you, Simon, for taking Sunny off me. So thank you to Simon there. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, she dropped the charges. I believe there was some discussion as to whether she was coerced to drop the charges and all that, but I don't know the details, to be fair. I'm scared for Spurs when they play PSG. I'm scared for anyone when they play PSG at this rate. PSG are... They've taken their foot off the gas to a certain degree, but equally, if you're 3-0 up after 20 minutes... so he can play football now. Is he playing? Yeah, Marseille, I believe. Marseille with De Zerbi. I think he's playing with De Zerbi, possibly. But yeah. All right. Okay. They had a kid. I didn't know that. Sonny is showing his support to Jenny and his love to Jenny, saying, Jenny, I am your eternal nightmare, the Joker to your Batman. That's interesting. So that means Jenny is the good guy and Sonny is the bad guy. Messi to your Ronaldo. I will never leave this animosity. Yeah. That's interesting. You said the Joker to your Batman. So Sonny's the bad guy in this context. That's the confirmation. Yeah, for 2 years. Yeah, I think he's been there for 2 years now. It makes sense. Well, it looks like this is not going to be 20-0 as we kind of predicted earlier. I don't kind of see Real Madrid scoring multiple goals. The general says a ban top G. That should be done now. Nicely spotted, but that should be sorted now. Money also helps. Yeah, money also helps. Like, What was weird? What was weird? Kind of about that whole situation was like her father, like her dad, came out and said, "You know what? There's nothing in it. Allow it," which is really weird. I don't know if he was thinking about the money or what, but or if there's more to it. How dare you, Enrique? You betrayed me. You were supposed to beat Real Madrid 5-0. He was supposed to beat Real Madrid 5-0, but we'll take a 3-0. We'll take a 3-0. That's good enough. Will you be doing watch along for Man World Cup in 2026? As some game be on at 2 a.m. All right, as in the World Cup next year. I mean 2 a.m. now. I won't be. I will. I'll plan them around whatever games are suitable for a UK time. The trouble is as well with World Cups, like some of them are like during work hours, so can't do those. But whatever fits, I guess. Whatever fits. Jenny suspects Simon and Sunny are the same person. I guarantee you they're not the same person. Who could be the same person are Fish and Lucas Podolski, if you ever come across those two. Sunny says, speaking of money, I need to go sell the grass and the chairs of Camp Nou. Anything for the club, yeah? But if you're selling them, Sunny, surely they should give you a cut. Yeah, cut. That wasn't a pun. Cut grass. That was not a pun. But surely they should give you some sort of a commission. For each chair sold, 10%. And for each square of grass sold, maybe 10% as well. Or it's 10% high, maybe 5%, I don't know. But seems fair. Corner to Real Madrid there. I think it might have been Rudiger with a header, but it went wide. Into the final 5 minutes now. Apparently my cut was the Champions League last season, which they failed me. So yeah, Laporte is slowly going in the bottom direction. When you said apparently my cut, like my first thing was, I thought you were saying you've got one of those glass things and your cut of grass was from the Champions League. I was like, what? You've actually got one of those things, but you mean your financial cut? That was how they were going to financially reward you. But yeah, hopefully they can make it up to you this year, but just with the final appearance, not we're winning it. Jenny says Ronaldinho better than Messi. What you reckon? Probably not, but it's Ronaldinho very good, but Messi out of this world. Have you seen the new Diogo mural? Says Durwood. No. Is that from today? Is that online? Oh, is it the Forever 20? Is it that one? See if I can bring it up. Is it this one? This Forever 20? Is that the one where people could it's on Sybil Road, okay. I saw there was something today where like people could sign it. Yeah. Oh wow, look at that. It's quite creative, to be fair. You can see the messages on it. I like how like they've each signed like a separate brick, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't look messy. It actually looks like quite artistic with the different colors and things. No, I like that. That's it looks proper professional, but also looks artistic. So that's really good. It's 4-0. Wait. Wait. When, when did that happen? When I was just closing the window from the picture. Just seeing this fourth goal here. So they booted it up the pitch. Courtois off his line. Courtois scurrying back. Cross back to Barcola. Barcola kind of lost it. Yeah. Real Madrid, your time is up. There's a new big dog in the house, and they are from Paris. I'm injured. I can't play today. Of course, you were injured, Mr. 66. If 66 was there, it would be 66-0. Let's be honest. The general thinks Real Madrid need a new right back. Yeah, I mean they've got 66 and they've got Carvajal who's back from injury. But if Carvajal can't hit the heights that he previously hit, and if 66 is 66, then they certainly may do. Sonny disagrees with the Ronaldinho over Messi. Yeah, I mean both very good, but I think you'd have to put Messi number one. Jenny says Messi does it in Premier League, other league games. Yeah, they can sign it. Yeah, it's nice. It's creative. It's something a bit different. When you said mural, I thought it was kind of, ones where they draw a big picture, and those are nice as well. But this one's a bit different. I like that about it. No, I really like that. It's creative. Jay Francine is really mad. I need to take water. My mouth's a bit dry. But that's what happens when you talk for 2 hours straight. You're real mad, Jay Francine. I thought you were a Liverpool fan. You should be partying like there's no tomorrow. Is that full time? He's blowing full time with no injury time because they don't want to inflict any more humiliation on this team. Let's go, Enrique. Can never betray me. 5-0. Here we go. It would have been nice. And now I want to see the Penaldo and Madrid fans cry about. Remember, they troll me up, Miami and Messi. Now what do you have to say? Well, probably not much. But it's 4-0 full time. They didn't bother with any. Extra time. But it is what it is. So we'll be back on Sunday now. There's the Liverpool game, which I'm looking forward to. The game has not been postponed, which I think is the right decision. So I'm looking forward to watching that. What time is that actually? I think it's like 3 o'clock UK time, right? Yes, 3 o'clock UK time. Looking forward to that one. Go home, real mad, yeah. They paid an extra 10 million for 66 for him just to lose. Durwood says, have a great night. I shall. See you Sunday. Yeah, take care, Durwood. Have a good evening, and yeah, see you then. Mr. Beast said you have really beautiful eyes. People have said that to me in the past. I think it's the eyelashes. Oh, my eyelids. I look very old. People often say that about my eyelashes, and I'm like, okay, that's a bit weird, but I'll take it. That is such a disrespectful take, Jenny. Yeah, we'll agree to disagree on the Ronaldinho thing because it's 10 o'clock here at the moment. Mr. Beast says yes, it's a very good feature to have and it's rare. I appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words. Thank you very much. Jay Fancine says good night. Take care. Take care. PSG versus Miami 4-0 and PSG versus Madrid 4-0. I guess they're the same, huh? Madrid and Penaldo fanboys, I guess they are the same after all that. Well, that's life sometimes. As previously mentioned, we'll be back on Sunday. Probably do some game streaming, possibly tomorrow. But otherwise, be back on Sunday. 3 o'clock UK time. But cool. See you guys then. Have a nice evening. Have a nice Thursday and Friday if I don't speak to you. And yeah, see you Sunday. Take care, guys. Adios to Sonny. Chelsea versus PSG. Yeah, we'll be doing that one, Jay Fancine, on Sunday evening. So yeah, Sunday will be busy. But yeah. Cool, guys. Take care. I am off. All the best.